I've come to realize that we men very difficult for us. The only emotions that guys easily show is anger. I know, like it's any small thing like this guy don't vex scatter everywhere.
Now I just want to be like as authentic.
You know, be man, hold yourself together. Why you
Calm down. And I see a lot of men, especially people that smoke. You smoke because now you are smoking makes your skin drier, right?
Yeah.
You won't drink water. You still don't want to take care of your lips, your skin. Why? Yeah, it's crazy to me because why don't you want to look good, bro?
Welcome to another episode of Bro Are You Okay podcast, where we hold space for men in the creative industry to talk about mental health, identity, and something in between. Today, I have an amazing guest with me. His name is Royce. We know him as Royzkingin on Instagram and Twitter. He's very unapologetic. He's very brutally honest. And I think that's one thing that really strikes me with his content, because if you don't hear it, you hear it properly, especially if you're using AirPods. But before we go right into that, we're going to be reading anonymous messages that we got from people, from men going through stuff. And that's what is going to set the pace for how this is going to be. If you are not subscribed to this channel, subscribe, like, comment, and we'll be right back. The first one is, because the question is, bro, are you okay? And this person is, I'm not good. It's been really hard for me since this year. I haven't gotten a gig at all this year, and it's frustrating. I've been feeding by God's grace. Another person says, I feel so drained and empty, like frustrated with life itself. And I've got 2 kids, a guy and a girl, which they are my main motivation. I live for them, but I have really tried my best, which I'm still trying my best, but everything just feels stagnated. Though I'm a civil engineer and people do think I am rich, but deep down, I am not. Then last one. How far, my guy? Sure you did try. No let make you cry. No let life make you cry. Cause you self the grind, not be by being right. Sure you did try live life, boss the ball oh. Make life no play you like football. Sure you get waiting. I talk. If you're listening to this, I feel like you might be able to relate to this one way or the other. Royce, what do you think? Especially this person that said, don't let life play you like football.
Well, I think most men will be able to relate to that, at least, even if not all the time. There are some time in your life that you'll be able to relate to some of those messages, most definitely. So it's normal, it will pass.
What do you do aside from the content that you put out?
Marketing, social media marketing. Yeah, so I run campaigns for artists and
Oh, okay. So, has there been a time with what you are doing that you felt overwhelmed and you feel like this is just too much for me? I'm tired. I want to cry.
of course it happens periodically. There are moments like that.
So you cry periodically?
No cry. No. I just feel overwhelmed. Like this is just, man, fuck all this. I'm not even doing it again.
So when last did you cry?
Earlier this year I cried.
Why? What happened?
I had a realization, right? It was more of a personal relationship with God type shit. So it was more of like a repentance cry, So I just had a realization of something.
So you're born again Christian.
I'm not even a Christian.
So are you somebody that typically shows emotions? Because I've come to realize that with men, it's very difficult for us to. The only emotions that guys easily show is anger. I know, like, it's any small thing like this guy don't vex, scatter everywhere.
That's true.
But when you are genuinely sad, most times you will not see a guy express that. Even sometimes with happiness, sometimes you like to tweak down that joy so it doesn't look like you are too excited. There are situations when be man, hold yourself together. Why you
calm
jumping?
down?
Yeah. So, growing up, have you been an expressive person, especially with emotions?
No, not really. I've not because I think the major reason for that is I grew up with men all around me. Grew up with my dad and a lot of elder brothers. So it's not like they told me not to express myself. But that was what I just saw growing up. Everything I just they say and nobody they express anything. So I just figured that's the normal thing to do, you know. And that's just how I grew up.
So now, are you more? I mean, you're woke now.
Yeah.
Are you more open to expressing yourself?
Yeah, most
Regardless.
definitely. Most definitely. Now I just want to be like as authentic as I can be. So I express anything that, I feel as it is. At least that's what I try to do. I try my best to do that.
So you know when you first came in and I asked you that, are you okay? And you were like, you are great. And was that response based on okay, that's the automatic response if anybody asks you if you're okay? Or it was a genuine you're actually great.
Well, the two actually. Even before I'm great, that's still the answer I would have given. But right now I'm great to be honest. I'm good.
What's your thought process? Because when I look at your page, sometimes your page scares me because of the brutal honesty and aggressiveness or aggression. But I mean, as a Nigerian, the best way to get your message across is by aggression.
Yes.
And sometimes when your content is like you're talking to a child, like bring your ear and listen to what I'm saying. Like there was something you posted today about um it's when you enjoy being bored, the actual true identity comes out. That I mean that was what I was able to pick.
Something.
That was the message I was able to pick from you, man. For me, I try my best not to be bored. So there's always an activity one way or the other. But thinking about it, it's when I take that step back and I'm in that solitude and I realize, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to. So I want to ask what your thought process is when you are doing your content. Is it that you just today just realize that, come, why these people they behave like this? And something just sparks in your head and you record the video.
Yes, that's exactly how it is. Or I might just be scrolling social media and I'll just see a video. I'll be like, I'll just make something about it, Or I might just be sitting and meditating, just thinking, and something will just pop up from my head. Like, I have a lot of realizations now and then. That's how my videos come about.
So are you like a mini prophet?
I guess so.
um. So I mean, we'll still go around your content style, and the reason why I'm very very intrigued, honestly, when I was thinking about guests to bring up on the show, your name came up quick on my mind because it's 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 very men centered in a way that you are there advising guys what they need to do to be better. Do you get? So sometimes do you feel like, or have you gotten some comments on your page that goes contrary to your beliefs? And how did you attack those comments?
I get those comments every time. Like every time. I'm used to it, as a matter of fact. I used to be active on Twitter. I used to be majorly on Twitter. So, I mean, Twitter trolls are different breeds entirely. So I'm used to them already. Instagram and TikTok are just babies. Besides Twitter.
Because honestly, I used to think of my mental health first before I enter that Twitter, before I post anything on Twitter, because I feel like a lot of people will attack me.
Before I used to like battle them, but now I've realized that the major thing that a troll wants is a reply. That even if you insult, if you give the troll the most brutal insult ever, he's still glad because you think I'm worthy of a response. So I just realized it's not worth the energy. So I just ignore basically.
Will you call yourself a friendly person?
Yes, I'm friendly.
Are you approachable?
Uh, well, it depends. My face has this. Don't come close to me. But once you say a word, I'm just smiling. So I'm friendly, but you wouldn't know until you try to, have a conversation.
Because I've, I mean, it's that I'm the kind of person that I think too much before I do anything. So, for example, now I if me and somebody I've texted online before and we have made friends online, when I see the person in person, there are 1001 things that come to my mind. Does this if I say hello to this person, does this person want to be said hello to? What kind of response will the person give me if I say hello to the person? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So how do you make I mean as adults it's I feel like it's harder making friends as adults than when we were kids. So most times
Yes.
we have the friends we have now are friends that we've had like from a long time ago. But how do you make new friends?
I think most of my friends are through another friend or some that approach me themselves. I'm not the type to really approach people like that.
Why?
No particular reason, to be honest. I'm just a very chill guy.
Because I feel like it's a bit harder for two strangers, guys,
Adults.
to become friends. Especially when there's no third party or there's nothing that brings them together. Because I've been in situations whereby I'm at an event and I'm the only person I know at the event. And all I do is literally just press my phone until I leave. Until I meet one person that I know. I'll not use that person to meet every other person.
But at an event like that, I can still make friends. I mean, I make friends like that too sometimes. Maybe I'm alone at an event and I don't know anybody else. I can spark a conversation with random people.
Okay.
Yeah, we just,
So what would you say to someone there now that is timid and goes to a gathering and he doesn't know anybody there? What is a conversation starter that you will use in your own situation?
anything. I could use anything. I could just ask about your bag, something. I could just talk about anything to just spark the conversation. And it is how you respond to me that will decide if I will carry on the conversation. Because some people are just mad.
So, in the same vein, do you have a lot of friends?
No, I don't. I don't have a lot of friends.
And another thing, a question around that is because there are people that know there's a thin line between knowing a lot of people and having a lot of friends. So you can be surrounded by a lot of people, but still feel lonely. So do you experience that, or you're just one of those people that enjoys his own company?
Well, I know a lot of people, but I don't have a lot of friends, and I'm mostly alone too.
So you enjoy your own company.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Um. Let's delve into something more deeper. Drug use and abuse. What? This is 2025.
Yeah.
What can you say? I don't want to ask a specific question. When you hear drug abuse and drug use, what's the first thing that comes to your mind, especially with this generation that we are in now?
You just have to know what you are doing. That's it. You have to know what you are doing. There are some drugs that you shouldn't even try at all, right? And then there are some that if you really feel the need to try them, maybe you say it helps with creativity or anything like that. You just have to know what you are doing. I mean, I just recently stopped smoking weed. I used to tweet about it a lot.
Okay.
Weed, I
Why did you
smoke
stop?
weed. No particular reason. And I just felt it's not my
It's
thing
that
anymore.
time.
Yeah, I've outgrown it. You know, before I stopped, I used to go on breaks, then I'll come back. I'll go on break. Then I just decided, man, let me just finally let it go.
Okay, so for you, was it something you did for fun, or it was maybe like a coping? Because I mean, I have a personal experience, especially with weed. Now, it's not something that I would typically take. I cannot go home and say, okay, let's roll and let me smoke. But there was a time where I didn't want to go out, and I wanted a reason to stay at home. And aside from that, I mean, there's watching movies. I just felt like, so I actually told somebody to roll and send to me, and the person did it, and I realized that when I took it, I would sleep for majority of the day. I wake up at night, that day is gone. I'm entering the next day. Do you understand? So for me, it felt like, okay, let me just use that to get by for the day, and so the day is just moving and going.
Yeah, I can
For some
relate.
people, they are going to party and they want to feel the vibes. For some people, they cannot eat
Yeah.
without it. So, what was your what did your own do for you?
For me, it started as just fun. I used to take it for fun, and then it turned to a coping mechanism. I'll just take it, sleep, wake up, take it,
Did
sleep.
you get?
I just the run, you know. And then I started to use it like, you know, I started using it. What's the word now? I started to use it periodically.
Okay.
You know, I'll just go for a while without taking it, and then I'll take it. There's this thought that will just come when you go for on a break for a while. It hits differently. So there's this thought that then I started to use it like that. Then before decided to stop entirely. But when I started using it for a coping mechanism, it took a while. It's
For
a
you to
pit.
stop, yes, of
Yes,
course.
it took a while before I could get out of that pit. So yeah, that was how it went for me. I thought it was just only fun when I just started. Fun. I
Yeah.
didn't know I was I was going on a path, and I know it takes strong willpower to get out of it back. You know.
Was it, I mean, like, it was kind of a coping strategy for me,
Yeah.
and it was just to get by. Do you get? So for you, was it a mix of a coping strategy, or how did you get yourself out of it in the first place?
Well, it started as pleasure for me, and then it headed to coping mechanism. And it's a slope that if you are not careful, you might not even get out of that pit. So I would advise anyone not to even
Get
dive
into
into
it
it
at
at
all.
all. Just stay with yourself and use yourself as a coping mechanism. You know,
Don't even start
don't
it
even
at
start
all.
at
Don't
all.
if you're using drugs, stop it. If you have not started, don't try it at all. I mean, it's not easy for, especially if you are addicted. I mean, mom was just okay. I tried it, I didn't like it again after a while, but don't do drugs.
So,
I think you mentioned something about therapy for men on your page before.
no.
No, it wasn't therapy. I think it was skincare.
Yeah,
You talk about
skincare.
what
Yeah.
what was the thought process around that? I think you mentioned, like, you see my skin, you see as it fresh.
A lot of men think like just taking care of yourself is not a manly thing to do. Like, why are you
Why go dey
taking
rub
care of your
cream? Why you
lips?
go dey put lip?
Yeah, it's crazy to me because why don't you want to look good, bro? Like it's just looking good. Why not? There's nothing that makes you not manly if you look good. So that's what inspired that. And I see a lot of men, especially people that smoke. You smoke and because now you are smoking makes your skin drier,
Dry,
right?
yeah.
You won't drink water and you still don't want to take care of your lips, your skin. Why? So that was exactly what inspired that content.
Okay, because I mean, there's sometimes that I want to do like skincare, and I don't know, do you do like proper skincare, like scrubbing, serums and all of that?
Yeah, I do scrubbing
Sometimes.
once in a while. Yeah.
So is there any time in your skincare routine that you felt that is it not too much as a guy?
I've never felt that way. I've never felt that way. Even there was a time that like a brand sent a skincare package, a whole
See,
package to me
yeah.
with all of that. I used everything, but I still didn't feel it. Because when I started seeing the result, I'm like, wow, this is dope.
Because to me, sometimes, by the time I go and buy these things, I'm like, nobody cares now. Let me just Google rub my Vaseline and go. but it's expensive.
It's expensive, right. But the thing is, people will actually see the difference. And when they see the difference, they would love it. And that's what will even make you love doing it more. So yeah. I know if all those guys that see it as not a cool thing to do, when they start it and they see the results, they'll be addicted. I know that one for sure.
So around men's mental health, I feel like a lot of people do not talk about it. I feel like I mean, like, what do you think about it? Like, do people do you think guys come out enough? And I feel like and do you think that it is time for men to start coming out and talking about issues that they face? Because I mean, in divorce, the only person that everybody cares about is the woman. Okay, is she getting a so amount of money after the divorce? Do you understand?
Yeah.
What did the man do?
Right.
Do you understand? So, because I mean, we're using that to round up, but like, this is 2025. Have you been more self-aware, especially with your mental health, and have you felt the need to express? I mean, I asked that earlier, but are you now more aware of your mental health as a man?
Well, I love to be alone, and whenever I'm alone, I'm always self-reflecting. So I feel like I'm very, very self-aware. I know some things, but I think there are a lot of men that are not self-aware, and they actually need someone to speak to make them aware of some thoughts that they are suppressing. You know, and I think, yeah, therapy. I've never been to therapy before, so I don't really know how it works.
Do you feel like you need therapy?
I might, I don't know, but I mean, I don't think there's anything that a therapist will tell me about me that I don't already know. That I don't already know. But I think because self-awareness is not a common trait, and I think a lot of people could really use it.
Thank you very much. So, guys, I hope you were able to learn one or two things from this conversation. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe and listen to all the episodes. And here we have Roy. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you two have been able to learn one or two things from
Of course,
this.
most definitely.
Yes. And I hope we're able to see you again in the future. And you give guys more warning on your social media.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so
for having
much.
me.